And to talk more about the Monogram Club, please welcome only the second female president in the history of the Monogram Club, Haley Scott DeMaria. Welcome, and let's touch on that part of my introduction. I mean, I know there are still some of the older alums who are still reeling from the inclusion of women at Notre Dame in the early 70s. What is it like to be just the second female president of the Monogram Club?
Well, it really is a great privilege to serve the Monogram Club in this capacity. We just finished up a great year of celebrating not only the 40th anniversary of Title IX, but the 40 years of coeducation here at Notre Dame. So it was really fun for me to hear the stories of our women pioneers. But yeah, I really grew up in a time where I didn't necessarily view myself as a female student athlete. I was just a student athlete. So I guess that carries over a little bit into the Monogram Club. While I'm very proud to represent, certainly our women monogram winners. I'm also just the president of all student athlete former winners.
Talk about some of the projects and initiatives that you'll be involved with during your two-year term, and just some of the things that the Monogram Club does. Because I think some people think, well, you come together and you go to parties and tailgates, and it's always a reunion. But you're a very active club.
We are a very active club, and we do love getting together to tailgate and have reunions as well. But we'd like to do that for all of our winners. Many of us have the great privilege of coming back to campus. Many of us can't. We have Monogram winners all over the country. So one of the really neat initiatives I think that we've started over the past few years is our regional receptions and taking the Monogram Club on the road so that when we go to Texas for the game last month, we can hold a reception there so that our winners there, our Monogram winners, can get together. And it's really about bringing together this Monogram Club family. All of us had, our own unique experiences here as student athletes, but we played for Notre Dame. And that's a unique bond that stays with you for the rest of your life. So really it's about outreach to our current members and then doing what we can to support the athletics department in terms of our current student athletes and helping them understand what a unique opportunity is to be an athlete here and what a unique opportunity it will continue to be as they graduate.
Now, the video highlighted the relatively new jacket ceremony. The Monogram Club is 97 years old, but you just started this in 2009. Is it having the impact that you wanted it to have?
Oh, absolutely. I think all of us who received our jacket down in the equipment room, sort of being thrown across the counter, I think we all look at the letter jacket ceremony and wish we had that too. It's an amazing honor to receive a monogram, and it should be reflected in such a way, and now it is. So it's a unique experience for the whole family. We've had many parents come back to see their student athletes receive this honor. And as we all know, for those of us who have played sports, who have children who play sports, it's really a family effort when an athlete is involved in a program like that.
And one thing that's become very apparent to me over the years is almost every Notre Dame athlete, regardless of how much they appreciated their experience as they were going through it, as the years go by, they appreciate it more and more, and this is a way to stay in touch with that experience.
Definitely, absolutely. We all, I think, leave here and look back and recognize and reflect on what a unique experience it was. And for many of us, I'm fortunate enough, my coach is still here, but in many sports, the coaches move on or retire, and so the Monogram Club is a great connection back for all of our student athletes.
Now, I think all of you know the story, but if you don't, briefly, Haley was severely injured in that bus accident 20 years ago, and they didn't think she would walk again. Well, as you can see, they were wrong. She has written a book called What Though the Odds, and she has received permission that is very hard to get, to have a movie of her story filmed here on campus. How is that project going?
It's great. We've really made some great progress in the last 6 months. I was on campus for the Temple game a few months ago with our writer who's currently adapting my book to a screenplay and one of our producers, and met with some of the folks on campus. They had never been to Notre Dame, and I think if you're writing a story, certainly a movie about Notre Dame, you can't explain it, you really have to feel it. So they felt it that weekend. They received the warm reception that so many of us do, and I think that will translate into just a really beautiful story on screen. I love many of the aspects of what they want to incorporate into the script, which is just a great sports story, a great story about Notre Dame, and certainly the faith aspect too, which you don't always see in movies.
And this is a very special anniversary weekend for you from a great weekend you had 20 years ago. I'll let you tell why.
Yep, 20 years ago, well, 22 years ago when the accident happened, I was told I would never walk and never swim. And 20 years ago this week, the weekend we played Navy in football, I swam my first race back, my first competition after the bus accident. So it was certainly a celebration of a way to honor my two teammates who had passed away, but just a real coming together of the community here.
And Lou Holtz played a role in that weekend as well.
He did. I have the Navy Notre Dame football game from their win that weekend. He presented it to me at the pep rally a couple weeks later, and living in Annapolis, Maryland now, to have that ball and that connection, and Coach Holtz has been a great friend over the years.
And that connection has gotten even closer. As Haley said, she lives in Annapolis now, and she and her husband, they sponsor Midshipman. And tomorrow you'll be presenting the flag at the national anthem with your current midshipman.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? We've been a sponsor family at the Naval Academy for 9 years now since we've lived there. So every weekend we have midshipmen from the Naval Academy at our house. They really become part of our family. It's a home away from home for them as they go through their formative years at school. And we're really excited to have one of our midshipmen be with me on the field to present the flag tomorrow. It'll be just a neat experience, I think, and a great way to just showcase the unique relationship between the two schools.
So that's another reason why this series will continue, the longest intersectional rivalry in all of college football. And as we wrap this up, you're very passionate about what this place means to you and the impact that you believe that this place had on what some still believe was kind of a miracle. That you are back, you came back to compete, you have a very normal life now after a terrible injury. Just try to sum up in the words the impact you think Notre Dame has had on you.
It would not be an understatement to say that Notre Dame has touched every part of my life in all of the good ways. It has formed who I am, how I raise my family, how we choose to live our life. I can't, the gratitude that I feel for having gone here and even the experience that I had here and being embraced by this community, not only 20 years ago, but still today. It's, as you know, often hard to put into words, but it is a family, and it has given me the greatest blessings in my life.
Well, I know you're looking forward to tomorrow. You'll see her out there on the field, and I know we're looking forward to that movie coming out.
Yeah,
Haley,
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.